Hello, everybody. I'm back with my scent of the week, and we are done with Sample September. And actually, this is going to be a good week because before Sample September, I was doing samples. All I had was left to do was some samples, and I also was doing a lot of stuff that I have in decants that are more niche and stuff like that. And actually, a friend of mine, Margaret. She asked me to this week. She said, Do you have any designer stuff that you do?" Yeah, and so this week, before she asked, that was going to be the theme this week anyway. And what I'm wearing this week is a lot. They're all rack store gems. To me, they're rack store gems, and that's how I started out. My collection. There's 4 rows there. The top row is some designer stuff, but most of that stuff I also got off discounters, but online discounters. All the stuff below that are mostly rack store finds. And when I say rack store, I'm talking American rack stores. If you're not from America, and I'm sure they're probably international rack stores too. Burlington, Ross for Less, Marshalls, and I think there's one other one, TJ Maxx. They're what I call rack store. And there's there are some YouTube reviewers. I'm not a reviewer who actually have videos out on rack store hunts. One that comes to mind is actually because he's in my mind now. There's 3 of them that are releasing 3 fragrances recently now, and but one of them, Justin Copeland, he's like the rack store king. He's the reason I have so much rack store stuff. And his friend Ross and Andrea, they always tease him about that. They're like, dude, if you just stayed out at rack stores, you might be able to save money and get some of that niche stuff. But I'm really glad he doesn't because, I've been following him for a while, and you see him going into rack stores and he puts his thumb up and his thumb down. And he's the reason I have most of this. So I just want to shout out to Justin. Thank you for that. And so the very first one I got is Burberry Touch. And it's an awesome office fragrance, or the fragrance you would wear when you just want to smell good, and it's crowd pleasing. You want to smell good. You don't want too much attention to you, but you do want to smell good. That's this, and actually that's what I wore it on Monday for. I had an interview. We had to go see a lawyer. We had to go see doctors, and we actually we're going to go see a funeral director. So I thought that's why I started off with this, and I love it. It's like an ISO. I think it's an ISO E more than an ambroxan, but it's a clean woody scent is what it is. So really good, and I got that in the rack store. All these I got in Burlington, so I'll let you know that. The next one I wore on Tuesday is Tobacco and Tonka Bean by Banana Republic. And actually I just got this year. And I've passed this by a couple times at $19.99. And last winter I regretted that because a lot of people are starting to get into it and wear it. And I didn't have it. And I have a lot of the other ones down there. I have most of the Icon collection. But this one I had passed up, and the price went up, and up. And you couldn't find it in rack stores anymore. So if you want to buy it, you had to buy it online. And it was 3 times what it was in rack stores. Luckily, I can wait. I'm not that addicted to fragrances. I can't wait to put something on. And I just waited, and then finally it came back in the rack stores, and I grabbed it for like $23. And it's tobacco tonka bean, so it's tobacco and vanilla, but this does have fruits in it too. I think it has plum and pear up top too. So it's pretty nice, really nice fragrance. Really, it's a very good fragrance to have. And I said this many times, Banana Republic, when people say, what's an inexpensive one to start with? Banana Republic, especially that Icon line, this is part of that. So anyway, that's what I wore on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, I remember I went down here, I didn't know what to put on, and I saw this peeking out. And this is Dylan Blue by Versace. And I had the bottle, I had the box of this because I actually got this in a gift pack. So I got the shower gel, or I think shower gel, this and the deodorant. And this is one of the blues. It's an ambroxan. It's a woody aromatic, I guess. And but this is more ambroxan heavy than the other ones. Mrs. Fritz really liked this. All these she liked, but this one she was like, "Ooh, that smells so good." But she likes Sauvage too. I think this is a little more shower jelly than Sauvage. and I don't wear this as often, but I know other people that like this better. So that's still in blue, and that's by Versace. And then the next day, I wore another Ambroxan balm, and that's Coach for Men. And again, this is just a little gift package, 3 travel sprays that I picked up. And that's one thing about the rack stores. You might get better deals even on that too sometimes. You know, especially now when it's getting into Christmas and the holidays. And so they'll have these little gift packs out. And sometimes you can find them at really good prices. I think I got this for under 30, maybe 25. And, you know, it's 45 ml. And I got 3 of them. So that can get 2 of them away. And it's Coach for Men. And it's got a little more fruit in it. But it also has that ambroxan. Really nice fragrance. I've gotten compliments on this. I've gotten compliments since in the summer. I thought with that fruit it might be a little cloying. But actually, I think with the ambroxan, I don't know. I don't know why, but it's not cloying, but it actually enhances it to, you know. So I like that one, and I want to wear that. The next day, I guess that's Friday, now that I've wore those 2 ambroxan bombs, I wanted to go something fresher again. Stay Fresh Productions. I wanted something fresher. Like Burberry Touch. So I came down and I was like, what do I want to wear? What's something that I got in the rack so it's good? Like that. And I went with Mont Blanc Star Walker. And this gets compared to Versace Eau Fraiche, I think. It's got a bamboo note in it. Really nice. It's one you could spray on and crowd pleasing and but non-offensive. You know, not pushing out so much. And I really like it. I like it for that. Sometimes I like that in fragrances. The next day, yesterday, I wore a barbershop, and this is Perry Ellis Portfolio Elite. And Perry Ellis is also a house that's kind of underrated. I'm going to be 2 of them on that top rack are Perry Ellis. But this one, it's always in the rack stores. It's always cheap, and it's a really nice fougere. And it actually has apple in it too. But the thing people like to say about this is the creaminess of it, and they compare it like Barbasol, you know, like that type of shaving cream smell. And you know, I'm not sure people younger than 40 they may not, you know, but if you're 35, 40 and above, you're probably gonna like this. And when I'm in rack stores, I point that out to people that are in my age range or young, in the 40s or something. They'll be looking around and say, grab that one. So that's another one. And then last but not least is Guess Los Angeles, Guess 1981 Los Angeles. And this is like Eros, Versace Eros. I think it's better, my personal opinion. I don't have Versace Eros because I think this is better. I also have another one like Vince Camuto Terra that is like Eros, and that's one of the reasons I don't have Eros. And that's one of the reasons I have all of these. And like I said, the 3 racks of pretty much, rack store gems. And I am a value. I like value. Some people call it cheap. I like value. And that's why I go in rack stores. And, what am I getting for my buck? And, I could afford to go with just the luxury fragrances. But I just want to smell good, I just want something that smells good. And all of these, Miss Fritz said I smelled good. And she gave them all 8s, some 9s. And I thought I smelled good. And, I think people around me thought I smelled good. And I saved a lot of money, I think, doing that. And the other thing is the thrill of the hunt. It is so much fun. Like when I was saying about that tobacco and Tonka bean, you're looking for something and then all of a sudden it's there and it's at the price you want. Yeah, that little thrill of the hunt is pretty nice about the rack stores too. But I do understand the people that say, maybe you shouldn't do that and save your money for something that's, a little more a Creed or a Parfum de Marty if that's what you want. So I understand both points of that, but I'm glad I have mostly rack store fragrances because that's who I am. Actually, I got this sweater while I was in a TJ Maxx, I think. The hat, no, but the sweater, yes. So with that, please pray for peace, and please help me be kind. I need to practice kindness because I'm not always kind, and I just have to remember that I need to practice that. So Have a nice week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.